going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking the front forks off and swapping out the fork oil with a heavier weight. So I got the bike strapped up instead of using a jack. First thing we're going to do is take the brake caliper off. So we got to take that bolt up there and then the two off the fork bracket. And then I'm going to loosen the axle nut while it's on the ground and some of the weight's applied, so it's a little bit easier once the forks slide out. So here's what we got so far. Front fender's off now. Front axle has been loosened. Brake caliper has been taken off. I've zip tied it, kind of making a chain like that so it hangs. Next thing we're gonna do is loosen those top pinch bolts right here on both sides, here and here. Then we will loosen the caps, and then the bottom pinch bolts right here, if you can see those will go next. So here's where we're at. Got the forks out, but right now all I'm going to do is just take the axle out and separate it from the wheel. So we got the forks off the wheel. I don't know why there's so much rust from the triple. It's probably something I should clean off, but we're going to go ahead and try and dump it right in here. My forks somehow have a bunch of rust from inside the bottom triple tree. So what I'm going to do is just take this very fine Scotch-Brite pad and just kind of gently scrub to get as much of the rust off as I can. You can already see, like here, I already took care of it. It's starting to go away, but I'll update you once I'm done with that. After the Scotch-Brite pad, you can still kind of see the outline of where the rust was, but it's definitely a lot better. And for the fork oil, I'm done pumping them out. I'm gonna just do one more quick, like, hold upside down, drain it all out, and then we'll use some 30 weight, fill it up 220 milliliters, kind of pump it, get the air out, and we should be good. Look at that. That's the good stuff. Pour the new fork oil in, pump it, pour some more in, just pump. Pretty much repeating this process until you get all the new oil down the tube. I put in the new fork oil, 220 milliliters. I had to pour a little bit out. If you check the fork fluid level using the 75 millimeter spec, I'm slightly over it, maybe by like 20 millimeters, but I kept it even in both. And all I did was hand tighten the caps, and then I'm gonna put it back onto the wheel, slide it back up into the triple, and then we'll tighten everything down there. One thing you should do is clean off your axle and re-grease it. Take some marine grease here, just a nice little bit. Hold this end and just kind of rub it on. Make sure you put your forks on the right side. You have the spacers in there too. We got our 14 and 19, and we'll just lightly tighten the axle. Just to like about there, I think. Apologize for not filming a lot of this. It's my first time doing anything with the front end really, so I was trying to just focus more on getting it done right, and I wasn't too focused on setting up the camera. But I'll explain what I did. We left off where I was sliding the forks back into the triples, and after doing it once, it could be because my frame's slightly bent, but I slid both of them in, and I noticed that when I was trying to tighten the top triple, one side was always higher than another. I'd pull this side up, that side go down, vice versa. So what I did, I loosened everything back up, just focus on one side first. What you do is you torque down this one, then this one, and then you come back and check this one and that one. So you're basically doing a double check. And then you want to torque this down. You'll probably have to remove your handlebars because this is 36 millimeter. And then you finally finish with torquing the top pinch bolt down, and that's set on one side. I made marks with Sharpie right here to help me line it up the best I could. And like the same thing with the other side. Torque, 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 torque. Do the cap, top pinch bolt, torque, other Sharpie mark. And I tried to just get it as close as I can. And I just got to put the front fender back on, torque down the axle bolt, front brake caliper. Now the front fender is just the last thing to go on. It definitely seems to sit a lot higher now. So I'll actually put a after of how much the shocks compress here as well. But it definitely sits a lot higher. It seems like stoppies are going to snap up a lot quicker just based off that quick test drive that I did. So in the next stunt lot seat time, I'll definitely talk about how much of a difference this makes and whether or not I really like it. That's pretty much it. In this video, I'm just going to tidy the rest of this bike up and kind of clean up the garage and be done for the day.
Stash in the carpet, yeah, we trapping out apartments. I ain't done where you start shit. To be honest, lit the flame in my heart, gotta spark it. I didn't know that